Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to another Tin Dog podcast. I hope you're having a good summer. Okay, so the Ninth Doctor Adventures 3.4 Star-Crossed. Now, you know that this was released in May and currently it's the summer. It's August, probably the back end or the middle by the time you get to hear this. And you're wondering to yourself, hang on, he's not normally this far behind with his reviews. What's going on? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It was announced that Christopher Eccleston isn't going to do any more. He's kind of been there, done that with the audios, and he's done a lovely job. I prefer the audios to the TV series, hands down, and I quite liked Series 1/Season 1/ the first and only Eccleston era. But I don't like endings. I don't like things that finish, so it's like when you're having a meal and I leave a nice bit till last. Yeah, you get it. And if you don't get it, I don't care. Because it's just kind of how I am. I've been putting it off. Because I also knew it was a River Song box set. And I was labouring under the misapprehension that there were going to be no more River Songs either. That I know is wrong. Because there's a whole new River Song Reborn thing going on. But that's another story for another time. What I am saying is that I'm sorry it was late, but I was busy reviewing Doctor Who on TV, God help me, and I didn't really fancy doing it because I didn't want it to end. You've got 3 stories. You've got Alex Kingston in all of them, and well, let's have a look at some synopsis and then we can have a chat. The Doctor and River, their lives are tangled, complex, intertwined, but this Doctor doesn't do domestic. And for once, River might have her work cut out. With time and space against them, these lovers are star-crossed in more ways than most. You've got 3 stories making up this box set. Swipe Right, John Dorney, The Face of the Apocalypse by Lizzie Hopley, and Archipelago by Tim Foley. Okay, these are magnificent stories. They are great stories brought to life by 2 actors of extreme talent. There are reasons these people were hired to be in the TV show. There are reasons that these people get a lot of work. They are very, very good. And they are playing characters that just work. Look, let's just go with it. Swipe Right. There are strange rumours about the planet Crell. People have been vanishing. The mysterious Matchmaker is keen to get the populace paired up via its special dating app. But rejecting too many suitors can have fatal consequences. It's precisely the sort of thing the Doctor would want to investigate, but unfortunately it's also precisely the sort of thing River Song would want to investigate too. The Doctor and River on a collision course. But this time it might not be a match made in heaven. So here's the thing. You've got your damaged Ninth Doctor. You've also got the timey-wimey nature of River Song. And the fact that she keeps having to make people forget what's been going on. But you know what? We've kind of just hand-waved it away. We know that Rivers exists at point 11, and then she echoes backwards through the other stories. We didn't have the other stories at the time because they couldn't have existed, but now they do. In order to justify this to ourselves and our little canon heads, we've found little workarounds, particularly unelegant solutions. But that's fine. We can live with that. We know that most of the time the stories at the very end get written off and vanish because they didn't happen, or if they did happen it was in an alternative or twisty or freaky timeline. Or there's justifications aplenty. Eventually the Doctor forgets, but the face impacts. And so on. But basically here we've got a planet with a special dating app. That's what it says. And you've got, in a kind of a happiness patrol kind of a way, the Doctor's trying to bring everything down in one episode. And so is River. But it's all about romance and dating, and that's what these stories are about getting to meet people and get to know them. Because this Ninth Doctor is the most complicated and abrupt and standoffish and definitely disconnected of all of the Doctors, and I'm including the War Doctor in this. It's interestingly put together, genuinely well thought out, and the extra characters are great. Especially one, he's not aromantic. I'm sure there's a technical term for it, but I'm a 52-year-old bloke and I didn't get any of the memos. Basically, she's not interested in the icky bits of relationships, but she does like the romance. And then you only get a certain number of chances to meet people on the app, and some people, if you don't do it, get taken away by massive killer robots. I don't want to give any more away than that because it's a good story. The Face of the Apocalypse by Lizzie Hopley. Now, I must admit, I found this one a tiny bit confusing, so I did have to go back and sort it out. Suggest you don't do this while you're doing something else. Give it a bit of a focus. After locking onto an unusual algorithm, the TARDIS lands in a high-security Intergalactic Bank, where the computerised systems only recognise one face, River's song. The Doctor discovers River dismantling the main computer and immediately suspects her of something dodgy. But a case of stolen identity becomes far more serious as River's face starts to appear throughout history. The bank vaults start filling up with temporal prisoners. Is River the victim of a sting or a bored computer nerve? One thing is for certain, the glitch is no longer a glitch, and it's on its way to destroying all of Space Nine, starting with prisoner number 1. There are definitely two themes involved in this story. One is romance and what it actually means to be betrothed to someone, how someone sees someone else. Those are themes that run out. We can see what you're doing, Lizzie. We know it's very good. And then you've got the bank problem of the robbery, which might or might not be an actual robbery. And then you've got what's going on. So it's multi-layered, and the more you experience it, the better it becomes. But like I said, it does require a tiny bit of focus on behalf of the audience, which is not a bad thing at all. The whole relationship with prisoner number 1, that is good. So, Archipelago is perhaps the most, what's the opposite of heartwarming? Upsetting? Soul-breaking? Damaging stories? No, none of those quite sum it up. I'm sure that if I had the 5 minutes longer, I would find the word. River Song has one last request. If the Doctor undertakes a dangerous journey with her to the planet Fortuna, she'll never bother him again. But this is no ordinary voyage. As the storm batters her tiny vessel, the travellers are confronted by some brutal home truths. There is a captain in search of a husband, there is a ship in need of a light, and there are lovers lost in the maelstrom who will always be islands apart. The relationship between the Ninth Doctor, or between the Doctor and River, has never been so fractured and has never been examined in such depth. It's an actual story of beauty. It genuinely is. It's heartwarming, it's touching, and because we've invested so much space and time in our heads with these characters, we feel for them both as time goes by. The Ninth Doctor becomes steadily more and more damaged, and as the story progresses, we kind of guess where it's going, but we don't care. There are some beautiful other performances by the other cast. And you know what? Trevor Cooper does something glorious. I was a huge fan of this story, and it felt so incredibly atmospheric, and you could see the time winds and the dust all everywhere, because it just uses such economy of language and is gorgeous. A cracking end to a brilliant run, and I'm very grateful that Christopher said yes. Here's the trailer. Decide for yourself, but if you don't listen to this, like I didn't listen for this for the longest time, you're missing out. Until next time, be seeing you.
Hello there, I'm your date.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Ninth Doctor Adventures, Star-Crossed.
Welcome to the Matchmaker system. Wow, this is a nice place, isn't it? Good pick, well done.
You don't seem much like your photographs.
You have rejected too many matches.
People are being taken all across this planet.
Your fate has been decided. You defy the will of the matchmaker, you must pay the price.
I heard rumours. Disturbing rumours, and I want answers.
You have been unmatched.
Intergalactic Fort Knox. Since when does a place like this need help?
Welcome to Intergalactic Bank, the ultimate in high security intergalactic finance.
Please don't tell me you're robbing a bank.
I am insulted at that insinuation.
Someone's setting you up. You got any enemies?
A bit, yeah.
At Cornhill School.
That's it. The voice I heard.
I do not matter, Liversaw. It is you who matters.
There's a glitch, and it's using the bank's security system to swap your face with every notable identity across time and space.
Fortuna, a terraformed gas giant out in the further reaches.
This place is unstable. That crackle in the air?
If you look at that sky, you'll see specks of algae floating about. That's how they made this layer breathable.
That storm. A time storm.
We need to rescue him.
I know for a fact that Dr. Harvey Gray is alive.
You want to brave a time storm in a supply ship?
This explosion can't happen. This explosion can't exist.
If we stick together, we might just survive this.
Yes.
Time experiments are dangerous beasts.
Oh, the pair of us. The walking wounded. You've read my diary.
The Nazis, the Silence, the Angels, even the Daleks. These wild, impossible adventures punctuated with picnics.
Hold my hand.
Yeah. Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Hello there. I'm your date.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who The Ninth Doctor Adventures, Star-Crossed.
Welcome to the Matchmaker system.
Wow, this is a nice place, isn't it? Good pick, well done.
You don't seem much like your photographs.
You have rejected too many matches.
People are being taken all across this planet.
Your fate has been decided. You defy the will of the matchmaker, you must pay the price.
I heard rumours. Disturbing rumours, and I want answers.
You have been unmatched.
Intergalactic Fort Knox. Since when does a place like this need help?
Welcome to Intergalactic Bank, the ultimate in high security intergalactic finance.
Please don't tell me you're robbing a bank.
I am insulted at that insinuation.
Someone's setting you up. You got any enemies?
A bit, yeah.
At Cornhill School.
That's it. The voice I heard.
I do not matter, Liversaw. It is you who matters.
There's a glitch, and it's using the bank's security system to swap your face with every notable identity across time and space.
Fortuna, a terraformed gas giant out in the further reaches.
This place is unstable. That crackle in the air?
If you look at that sky, you'll see specks of algae floating about. That's how they made this layer breathable.
That storm. A time storm.
We need to rescue him.
I know for a fact that Dr. Harvey Gray is alive.
You want to brave a time storm in a supply ship?
This explosion can't happen. This explosion can't exist.
If we stick together, we might just survive this.
Yes.
Time experiments are dangerous beasts.
Oh, the pair of us. The walking wounded. You've read my diary.
The Nazis, the Silence, the Angels, even the Daleks. These wild, impossible adventures punctuated with picnics.
Hold my hand.
Yeah. Big Finish, for the love of stories.